The only pharmacy in St. Germain closed last month. It had been there for more than 40 years.
The reason why it went out of business is complicated, and it includes a type of business you probably never heard of. Our own Shauna Johnson has been following the story. Shauna?
Hey guys, I don't know about you, but before I started digging into this story, I had never heard of a pharmacy benefit manager, also known as a PBM.
I had never heard of one either, Shauna. What is a PBM?
They were originally created in the 1960s to negotiate lower prices for drugs between manufacturers and pharmacies. But slowly, they became much more than that. They now act as middlemen, also adding fees and buying out their competition. Take a look at insulin, for example. It only takes at most $6 to produce, but it can cost hundreds of dollars to diabetics, largely because of PBMs. 3 specifically that now dominate the market: Optum Rx, CVS Caremark, and Express Scripts. I visited the Eagle River Hometown Pharmacy to learn how this is affecting the healthcare system.
It's horrible. It's very horrible.
Amanda Altimore of St. Germain said she had to get a ride to the Eagle River Hometown Pharmacy just to get her prescription.
I feel really bad for our elderly that's been going there forever, and people like me who don't have a car.
Larry Thompson managed the Hometown Pharmacy in St. Germain for 18 years and said closing it down has been heartbreaking, leaving elderly, disabled, and needy people without near access to potential life-saving medications.
We just feel horrible that it came to this. It's not fair. It should not have come to this, but big corporate healthcare is basically squeezed us out of business.
Dan Strauss co-founded Hometown Pharmacy. It now has over 70 independent pharmacies focused on personalized patient care. Strauss said difficulty finding a pharmacist at the St. Germain location was the final straw, but that wasn't the root of the problem.
Every day we have patients that come in tears because they can't afford their medicines.
Strauss said PBMs have a significant behind-the-scenes impact in determining total drug costs for insurers, shaping patients' access to medications, inflating the amount that people pay for prescription drugs, and determining how much pharmacies are paid.
It's a terrible scheme that basically is why America has the highest drug prices. And PBM's at the heart of it, and they enjoy this position of nobody knows they even exist, much less what they do.
PBMs function as the middlemen between insurance providers and pharmaceutical manufacturers, and they are profiting from both.
Basically, a business that 99% of people never heard of is negatively impacting their access and their costs to prescription medicines.
PBM's growing influence has been directly felt by Larry Thompson.
And there'd be a squeeze here, the next year there'd be another squeeze. It seemed to be a coordinated effort between all the PBMs. They would all lower their reimbursements by roughly the same each year. And now with these DIR fees, that has been just a horrible situation. It's been like a death by 1,000 cuts. Every year it gets tighter and tighter. And it's gotten to the point where many of the prescriptions we feel we're not even getting reimbursed the cost of the product, much less any type of profit margin.
DIR fees from PBMs were relatively minor 10 years ago, but they have exploded by over 100,000% by then. Strauss said the average pharmacy gets hit between $75,000 and $150,000 a year in DIR fees just because they can. Another issue Hometown Pharmacy has to overcome is called steerage. The large PBMs that own 85% of the market often own big chain pharmacies, so they will send patients to their pharmacies to make more money, even if they're much farther away.
Even if there's St. Germain Pharmacy right next door, you have to go to CVS 75 miles away. And the insurance card in your pocket tells you where you can go. You no longer have free choice as a consumer.
Strauss says this is a problem everyone should be made aware of.
I think the more people know, the more they can and should be angry about it, and then can they tell their legislators that this is something that needs to be rectified.
Late in 2023, Senator Mary Felskowski helped introduce the Pharmacy Benefit Manager Accountability legislation. It is designed to empower patients and protect pharmacies from unjust practices by PBMs.
Nice hold there.